Good afternoon. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak, and this is our video feature race of the week for Saturday, July 11th. We're going to do the 5th race from Arlington Park of the Grade 3 American Derby for 3-year-olds, 9 furlongs on the turf course. And this will kick off an all-stakes pick 4 at Arlington. And let's get right into it. We have a 7-horse field here. Number 1, Crittenden. This one's 5-1 morning line. He's going to save all the ground. He should be close to the pace. There's absolutely no pace in here. The 7 entrants, none of them like to run on the lead, so the pace should be slow. It should be one of those slow early, fast late, scramble to the wire turf races. It should be a good race here. This one's run 4 times on the turf course with 3 wins and a 3rd place finish. Overcame trouble last time to win a little stakes race at Indiana Downs, 7.5 furlongs on May 30th. Is in good form, obviously, coming off of that win. As I said, he has some at least tactical speed, so I think he should be close to the lead. He's got that inside post as well, so that should help. He's working well at Arlington. He's got a couple bullet works. Flavian Prat from Southern California is going to get aboard for trainer Owen Hardy and Godolphin Racing. Flavian Prat's a good turf rider. He's been doing well in Southern California, and I think that he should give this horse a good ride in the hunt throughout. Number 2 is Slope at 30-1. This one's a big closer, and then he's 0 for 4 on turf as well. As we mentioned, in a race with no pace, a horse coming from well off the pace could be up against it, and that looks like the case with number 2, Slope. Number 3, Ragib. This one is 10-1 morning line. He comes off of a couple 2nd place finishes on the main track at Churchill Downs. He is bred for the turf course, but his trainer stats first turf 0 for 26. So I don't like those trainer stats there, and he's going to face some solid turf runners in his first turf race, and he could be up against it as well. Number 4, Nonetheless, looks like a contender at 7-2. He's another one that has at least some tactical speed. In his last start, he was 6th in the Grade 2 American Derby. He has 3 bullet works for this at Arlington, so he's training well. And he also beat my top choice, who's going to be my top choice, number 1, Crittenden. He beat that one at Keeneland on April 12th. So I think that he's going to sit a good trip again, and he's obviously competitive with another contender in here, and he should be in the hunt throughout. Number 5, King of New York, 9-2 on the morning line. He's a big closer. He's got 5 starts on turf. He's very consistent with a win, 2 seconds, and 2/3. He won a non-winners, one other than on the turf at Churchill Downs last time out on June 5th, but he got a lot of pace help in that race. That's not going to be the case today. Wouldn't be surprised if he rallied for a minor award, but based on the race shape, he could be too far behind in the early going, and he could be just not be able to make up enough ground in the late going to threaten for a major award. Number 6, World Approval, your 2-1 morning line favorite. Another horse that's a closer. He was 3rd in the American Turf from post position 13. He was 4th in the Pennine Ridge before that. Divisadero is the horse that he ran into in his last 2. That horse would be a big favorite if he was in this event. So World Approval does look like a solid threat. In his last race where he finished 4th, he sat much closer to the pace, and then he was flat in the late going. And if you look at his form, it looks like he's best when he just sits back. He makes a nice late run. He's got a nice late kick. And the only problem is that there's no pace in this race. And I think, as we just said, if he tried to sit closer, that seems to hurt his late kick. And I think that they're going to want to sit back and make a run. And he could just be too far back. Number 7's Fire Spike will round out the field. He's 3-1 morning line. I don't like the post position. Obviously, he's going to be having to work out a trip from the outside post. He was 7th in the American Turf. He was 3rd in the Spiral on synthetic ground. That was a Grade 3 race, a Kentucky Derby Prep earlier this year. And he does handle turf. 6 starts with 2 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd. He fits with these, but I just think he likes to run from off the pace, the outside post. He's going to have to be much the best and get very lucky from a trip standpoint. So I'm going to go with number 1, Crittenden, as my top choice. He's going to save all the ground. He's going to be in the hunt throughout. He's got a top turf rider, and he's sharp, and he's going to offer value at 5-1. And then number 4, Nonetheless, is going to be my second choice. As I mentioned, he beat Crittenden at Keeneland on April 12th, and I think those 2 are going to be up front, battling and on a moderate pace, or at least close throughout. And they're going to sprint to the wire, and hopefully number 1, Crittenden, can get the job done. This is how we're going to play it. $20 win bet on number 1, Crittenden, and a $10 exacta box, number 1, Crittenden, with number 4, Nonetheless. So that's $40 in wagers. As I mentioned, this kicks off the all-stakes pick 4 at Arlington. If you go over to pick6blog.com, I'm going to have suggested tickets for that all-stakes pick 4, beginning with the American Derby. And in addition to my top 2, I'll probably also, as secondary contenders, I'll throw in a World Approval and Fire Spike just as secondary contenders in case the pace scenario doesn't play out like I expect it will. You can follow Horse Racing Nation and Derby Wars on Twitter. You can like us on Facebook. Go over to DerbyWars.com for a big $20,000 game on Saturday, July 11th. And also, as we mentioned, Pick 6 blog, the late Pick 4 will be part of the tickets at Pick 6 blog. And then this summer for Pick 6 blog, I'm going to do Pick 4 and Pick 6 tickets from Saratoga or Del Mar. So it'll be Wednesday through Friday, you'll see Pick 6 or Pick 4 tickets from Del Mar. And then each Saturday through Monday, I'll have my tickets posted for Saratoga. That'll wrap up this week's video. We'll be back with another video race of the week next week. And Del Mar starts next week, so we'll probably do a stakes race from Del Mar. Until then, good luck at the races.